I mean, I've been recording for a minute now, so whenever you want us to start.
I honestly feel like this is a good intro then. Like, this is
Yeah.
fine.
All right.
Us talking about the intro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. This
Welcome
we
to
can cut,
This is a
but
Phone Call.
This is not a phone call.
This should have been a phone
Welcome
call.
to
Actually.
no, this should have been a phone call. Sorry.
episode 4. We've already forgotten what this thing is called.
Why are we friends?
Are we already on episode 4? Don't
Well,
say that. We might
I don't know.
not post the last 3.
Well,
There's like, yeah.
We're on. This is like I think the 4th or 5th time we've had a chat. It's obviously not the 4th episode.
Maybe we should say like 4th attempt.
4th attempt.
That's a
think
good one.
Attempt episode 4.
Probably episode 2. That's funny.
Barely.
Maybe episode
2
1.
for lucky. Yeah.
All right, Shane, what were you gonna say before I cut you off so we could get it on the recording?
Wow. See, now I feel like it's not that great of a story. No, my cousin is a pilot for a regional airline. I think they fly for like a bigger one, I think is how they work. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's how
But
most regional
they're
airlines
still
work, I
running
think.
flights. Like he still has full flight schedules, but he's like there's nobody on the plane. Like he said that they'll end up with like 2 or 3 passengers
Oh.
in a 60 passenger plane. And so apparently he'll just like he's like it's so much easier. The plane he told me that the plane performs a lot better because it's so much lighter.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He goes the landings are a little bit more tricky because there's no weight.
Oh no.
Mhm.
But he was like, yeah, like we'll like talk to the passengers in flight and stuff just because with 2 or 3, and he goes we're 30 minutes early to every gate because we're not waiting on some stupid passenger to get to the plane. Like
Yeah.
they're literally like, oh, we've got our 3 passengers. It's time to go. I just think that's so crazy compared to the other just airport experiences I've
corollary
had.
story to that. This is not personal at all, but so when Boeing rolled out one of their new planes, they did a demo flight for different airlines, and they had a test pilot. This is a commercial airliner, not a 747, but around there.
Yeah.
And it was empty, and so the test pilot, without telling the people on the ground, decided to do a loop-to-loop in a
Oh
jetliner.
no.
Wait, hold on. What? Like, I'm sorry. Like, in an actual passenger giant ass plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up to make sure it's true. But yeah, he rolled the sucker, or he didn't roll it. He flipped it, which is even more because you get enough thrust without all the weight in it. So you should tell your is it your cousin you said?
Yeah.
He should try that.
The other fantastic story that I think about often that he's told me is that he's worked with a captain that they get on and they're like, oh, this is your captain speaking, and he said that it was on buck ass early 5:30 in the morning flight. He always sneaks the meow in there. In Super Troopers, so they're the scene where they're like, you need to step out of the car right now, and he'll apparently do that once in his morning announcement. He'll sneak one single meow in there,
That's awesome.
which just really makes me happy. For whatever reason, that's just a story I think about a lot. Excuse me. Have we introduced ourselves?
We haven't.
No, I guess let's do that. Who do we have here?
I'm Shane.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Tony. There we go.
Is it really just the 4 of us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Marvin here a second ago?
Yeah, he had to
for
leave to go do some
literally
stuff.
a second.
Yeah, he's very busy.
You sound upset about his busyness.
I don't know. I don't know. I have
You don't
a
believe him?
weird hostile sympathy towards Marvin, where I feel like he's when he struggles, I'm like, Marvin, why do you do this to yourself? Which is not a good instinct, but
Honestly, it kind of sounds like you're a little jealous of his busy. I don't know if like that's completely inaccurate, but it's just how you say it is just really funny. Like, oh, apparently he's busy. I don't know.
I mean,
I'd love to get his opinion on that.
Let's phone him in.
I'm mostly
Yeah.
just kidding about it. Like, I hope you understand that.
Yeah.
I don't actually think you're jealous.
Also, I would be remiss if I did not correct my story. The Boeing test flight was a barrel roll, not a loop-to-loop.
Okay.
But I am also seeing a video of a cargo plane that actually is doing a loop-to-loop, which is somewhat less impressive, but still very cool. So if anybody wants to hit me out with videos of planes doing loops,
I feel like
I would
'cause
appreciate
the barrel roll. I mean, you're that'd be freakier because you're literally upside down.
Well, you're upside down for both. So a barrel roll is where you roll over sideways, so the wings do a circle, but the main body of the plane
Like a
Okay.
just
drift.
rotates.
I
Whereas
guess
a
that's what I was-
loop-to-loop, yeah, a loop-to-loop, that's a barrel roll. A loop-to-loop is when you actually pitch the nose of the plane up, and then you go in a circle like in a roller coaster loop.
Okay, because I was thinking it was the other way around. Still, though, a barrel.
No, it's
Can you
still
imagine
really
just
impressive. Yeah.
Not even that. Just imagine being like on a plane and then all of a sudden, with no warning, it does a
He
barrel roll.
didn't do it when there were people in it.
Oh.
No, my God, no. So what happened?
Well, I thought it was with like a few people, like with the test flight or whatever.
No,
No.
he did it with the customers for the airplane on the ground watching it, gonna buy the plane, and so
Then he,
yeah, so because the Boeing people were like, yeah, don't crash the plane, just show them that it flies well. And he's like, no, we're gonna show them that it performs like this, and then they all bought the plane. So
I mean, not call
Oh
me
my
an
God.
idiot, but
you're an
do
idiot.
pilots have a? Well, that goes without saying. But
You
enough.
told me to call it to you. I'm confused. No, sorry. Go ahead.
are pilots' seatbelts equipped to do that? Like, I guess I don't see why they wouldn't be, but
yeah, it's a good question. I don't know.
'Cause- because like as a passenger, you just have the lap belt. If you went upside down, you probably wouldn't fall out of your chair, but like you would freak out. It wouldn't be fun.
Yeah. I assume. I
I feel
actually would
like
be
with the
interested. I might look
pilot-
that up. If someone wants to look that up, that would be interesting.
I feel like with the
pilot
pilot, though, I
seatbelts
mean,
look like.
you're doing it. You have to.
Yeah,
You're
I assume-
expecting it. Like you have to brace yourself, get ready, like
Uh-huh.
squeeze your thighs against the armrest or whatever. I don't know what they gotta do, but
Yeah. Good question.
personally, I wouldn't go anywhere in an airplane seatbelt or not. I have to squeeze into those things so much.
God, I like, I mean, yeah, we went to Germany in high school, and that 10-hour flight was fucking brutal, dude.
What did you
Yeah.
fly with? I've had such good
orchestra.
experiences.
No,
No.
just
What airline?
I think Delta. Yeah, because they played.
Oh, yeah.
We played Rhapsody in Blue with the orchestra, and then
Okay.
they used that in their like how to fasten your seatbelt commercial.
They did.
Yeah, it was really like
Okay.
everyone on the
That's
orchestra
really cool.
trip lost their damn mind. It was really funny.
Oh, not
That's
your
awesome.
record. Okay, I don't know why I assumed it
No,
was like
no, not our
they
recording.
incorporated you guys into the video because it was
It's like,
so
That's
cool.
what I
wow,
also-
Delta customer service top notch.
Yeah,
No.
that's also what I thought you meant.
No, but I mean, just being a large man, being stuck in a plane seat for 10 hours sucks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. To be honest with you, the last time I was on a plane, it was for a job, believe it or not. That summer camp I worked for,
Oh yeah.
I drove on a bus chaperoning kids to St. Louis and was flying back here to Michigan. And I think I had one layover, but they put me in a nicer airline so I could change seats, and I chose one of the exit rows because, as a tall, large man, infinite legroom. Well, you don't get seatbelt extenders on those. So the flight attendant, I was walking by as I was getting ready to buckle, and she was like, "Are you gonna be able to fit in that?" And my first thought was, "Bitch, I'm gonna fucking fit in this." And so
my
with
God.
if you can imagine the motion I'm doing, just a little like, and then little gut suck in, clack. Got it. Sat in that seat.
Sorry, I'm still hung up on seatbelt extenders.
Yeah, I've
I
never
know
actually,
they're
I've never,
real, but it's
I've never actually had to use one, but just like she's clearly seen some other fat fuck my size not be able to get
require
into
one.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't need one, but still,
Huh.
like, it probably would have made my waist a little bit more comfortable. But I was there for the leg room. Yeah, I hate how my knees dig into the seat in front of me
it's-
too.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's just a tall person problem.
in high school, we went to it was like the Detroit Symphony Orchestra or something, and they were playing in a crazy old theater. But
Oh, I remember. I was on that one actually.
really,
Yeah, I actually was on that trip. Yeah, it must have been freshman or sophomore year.
but we were a high school orchestra, so we were in the nosebleeds,
Yep.
and my
What is
seat,
the nosebleeds?
Way up.
third
Yeah,
tier.
Way up.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
so high. The altitude's so high that your nose bleeds.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
My seat was the first one in the tier or something, and my knees were digging into the wrought iron like bar, and it was awful to sit there for 2 hours. Like, I had
Yeah.
bruises on my knees after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Tony, all I remember is that I definitely got you a front row seat for our high school graduation.
Oh my god, yeah. That was great.
I was so fucking happy when they told me, because that was my next question. They're like, yeah, you'll get to sit up front. And I was like, what about the people I'm walking with? They're like, they'll get to sit up front too.
Uh-huh.
Fucking bet.
Man, that day was a blur for me. The month leading up to that was a blur for me. I don't know.
I
about you
remember
guys.
we went to the Mexican restaurant and Andrew just straight up forgot to order.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That was
that
funny.
was so funny. But good times, I guess.
Hmm.
Low-key, I feel like the class of 2020 got really lucky by having all their graduations canceled or postponed.
Hmm.
What do you mean
Like,
lucky?
Lucky, like, I mean, like, I almost wish I'd been graduating, because our commencement sucked. That was like 3 hours in like some extremely hot, no AC building. And then like you walk on stage for like 5. I don't get it. I don't get the hype around it.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's funny because my sister graduated this year, and it's
Oh, I
been a
forgot
whole
about
thing. Yeah, so I would say you were in the minority, Tiff.
I'm willing to accept that I'm in the minority, but I'm also right.
The first time in your life,
Andrew,
you're
I
in the
mean-
minority.
Yeah, for real.
Andrew, to
I'm
be
not used
honest-
to this. I don't like how it feels, but
Andrew, to be honest with you, I feel like you're in the minority, and I kind of agree. I feel like it's more for our parents.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it definitely is.
And I guess the only reason I really enjoyed it was because I actually got to speak. Like, I didn't really expect to be able to do that.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
See,
I was
enjoyed
not a
it.
valedictorian by any measure, if you're actually listening to
But you
this.
gave the best speech, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
You
100%.
absolutely did. Yeah, I could have told
I
you
really-
that,
that means-
without
that
remembering
means a
the
lot,
speech.
but- I feel like it was definitely not because I had good academics.
Yeah,
I kind of
it's-
appreciated that they did the auditions, though. I feel like you end up with better speakers.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember who the
I
other
don't know.
speaker. I know Thomas, and then who was the other one?
I don't know.
Thomas Neeraj,
I
wasn't
wasn't
it?
gonna say his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I always say his full name for some reason.
Yeah, me
'cause there's A lot
too.
of times.
Here, I'll write down the
Yeah.
time for that.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't know. Somebody there was like 8 valedictorians, and 2 of them and Shane gave the speech, right?
Who it was? No, I can't remember
Oh,
her
was it
name.
Annie?
Oh yeah, it was probably
No.
Annie.
I think it was.
No, it
probably
wasn't.
Annie.
Oh, I know.
I can think of her face, but I don't remember.
What does her face look like?
I
You know,
don't.
don't even try and describe it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
We could probably figure it out. I mean, do we want to divert from? Write down this timestamp because other people won't give a shit. But I'm kind of curious who it was now, and I feel like we could figure it out from.
We're just gonna cut for it. We're just gonna cut it
Yeah.
right here, and then
No,
okay.
we're leaving
Shoot,
it
I
raw.
remember. Are we
Right,
not
so-
record? Okay, wait. Are we not? Are we actually not putting this in?
No, we're putting it in.
All right, we can put it in. I just don't want to ask.
No,
what
I don't
race
want
was
to.
the person on.
Okay, wait.
Also, yeah,
are
I don't
we
want to
actually
describe
not-
our classmates as vividly and possibly offensively as I would have to figure out who this person is.
Okay, so we're not putting this in.
We're not putting.
All
this
right,
in,
okay,
no.
we'll cut now. And we're
And
back.
we're back.
Okay.
We're
I
back.
just remember one single line in my speech about everybody has talent. You know, I'm a little bit nervous, and I just blurted out, "Not everybody has talent," and then
Oh yeah.
I remember I laughed, the audience laughed, and then I don't remember the rest of my speech.
Blacked out on
If you
stage.
could find a copy of your speech, I would actually be interested to read it again. Just to
If-
see what
say
you
it again.
said. If you could find a copy of your speech, I would actually be interested in reading it again.
My God.
So I actually don't type up my speeches. I
Really?
scribble down notes and then practice it enough so it sounds similar every time.
Hmm.
I
That's a
don't
good way
write
to
them
do it.
word for word.
More organic.
Because I feel like that's writing, and I'm not writing, I'm
God.
talking. Is
That's
that how
fair.
it goes?
So
I
would
actually
say-
don't have a paper copy of the notes anymore. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to do it again without
That's interesting.
listening to the speech.
Mhm.
So my impetus for asking is maybe not recently, but got one of those letters that I wrote to myself that they have you do in public school.
Oh man.
And it was actually very interesting because there was a lot of stuff that I just didn't do, and I think it was freshman year of high school that I wrote it. And it was actually very interesting to read.
Andrew, Stevie. To be, to be honest with you, I got one of those letters, and I was a little disappointed in myself because my dumbass was just writing super lazily. Most of it was like 3 sentences, and most of it was, "Stevie's still your friend."
Oh,
Like, we have fun, and that was like basic. Like, that was the one thing of note that I wrote in the shitty 1-paragraph thing, is I noted that you were still my friend.
Oh, that was your
So-
observation, not one of your goals.
No, like it was like, we are still friends.
He's
and
my
I
friend
was-
for now.
Yeah, see, mine was. I think I wrote something about Zach and I still being friends or something like that in mine.
Yeah.
Sorry, is this so what I wrote in mine was, these are things I want to have done when I get the letter. Are you talking about that, or you observed that you were friends with me and Zach in the other letters? I'm trying to figure out how moved I should be by this.
No, so okay, the way mine happened was in like 7th or 8th grade. They were like, we're gonna have you write a letter, and then the teacher will mail it out
Yeah.
when you graduate. And all mine was like, oh, me and like playing Minecraft, talking on Skype,
Okay.
friends
So
with
yours
these
was
people.
what you're doing now,
Yeah.
telling your future self that. Okay.
Mhm.
That's exactly what mine was too. So,
Okay. I'm still touched, but I'm less touched than I was.
Stevie, I'm just gonna pretend that you still have that same level of enthusiasm that you did at first, because I was really
Okay.
moved by how moved you were.
So I will say, and actually, since we're being very heartfelt, I have been somewhat, I don't know. Well, so I feel like Shane, you and I have drifted apart as much or out more than I have with the rest of people that do this, which is noteworthy, especially because I think we were probably us two are you were my closest friend. Anyway, I feel like this podcast has allowed me to reconnect with you, and I'm very glad that we've had this opportunity.
I would agree, because, I mean, really, you and Marvin are my two oldest friends.
Yep.
Like, out of all the people that we were friends with, whether you and I were friends with, those two together, Amir, or,
Oh, I forgot about Amir.
You met him?
I knew that dude. Yeah, we used to text
Really?
and everything.
Oh wow.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was gone. Definitely by like 7th, 8th grade.
I knew him separately than you guys, though, I think.
Oh, really?
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Oh.
Speaking
He was
of,
my
like,
neighbor. So.
Speaking of, like, old friends, I really feel like and it's like one of those memories that you're not 100% sure on. I'm pretty sure Zach and I were in cooking class together in 6th grade. And then we didn't really become friends until probably junior year of high school
Yeah.
when we started wrestling together. And we're the two fat asses. Now he's ripped, bastard. Traitor. No. But I remember we fucked up every single dish.
I
Like,
could see you two
I don't
doing
know.
that.
I don't 100% know if he was in my group, but I know my group messed up everything. I don't know.
That's funny. I took that cooking class as well, and the only thing I remember is I forgot some major ingredient, and so I took ham lunch meat out of my lunch, and we just
Oh,
fried that.
no.
And
Nice.
that was our dish. And so I think my partner had a cheese stick, and so that was our.
My God, that's incredible.
It was probably the most low. Well, not anymore, but one of the lowest efforts I've ever put in a class. Least effort.
I remember it was such a dumb class.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Not the least amount of effort I put into it was music in 6th grade was the least amount of effort I ever put into anything.
There was a music. Oh, because you weren't. You mean band, right?
No,
there
it
was-
wasn't band. She was like,
Were you in band though? Played
I
the
was
trombone.
yeah, but it wasn't. It was like a music class, like, and I remember the teacher was a doctor, like had a PhD, but for whatever reason was teaching middle school music.
She probably had a doctorate in music.
But I remember she like would send kids to the principal's office that would forget to call her doctor. Like they would
Really?
call her
Right.
miss
Wow.
or
Was she like the
Miss.
skinny lady? Like,
Don't say a name, but
I know, I wasn't gonna say name. Was she like the skinny lady with like kind of short-ish hair?
Just say her name. We'll bleep
I
it
don't
out or
know her
something.
name.
Because I can't remember her
literally-
name either.
No, I don't think
don't
anybody
know her
knows
name.
her name.
Like, what did she look like?
I don't even remember that much. I don't know. I really.
She sounds like a bitch.
I just
Listening,
hated that
I hope
class.
she knows who she
She-
is.
She made me sing, and I suck at singing.
Yeah. I feel like music class, there was a lot of forcing kids to do things, and there wasn't a lot of teaching them how to do it well.
oh
And
yeah,
So it was very,
You
very
don't-
scarring for a lot of people who weren't already talented.
yeah, like
Yeah.
there was a because I mean I started in 5th grade and I went all the way through high school and some in college. It was apparent from the start who was being forced into that, and like they just
Oh, I
started,
didn't even mean like orchestra. I meant like music class.
oh,
I feel like I was taught in orchestra how to play.
mhm.
Although
like-
I see your point as well. That there are people who were clearly being forced. Like,
I mean,
Andrew.
maybe it was also like because I was a bass player and they just don't give a shit about the bass players.
Yeah.
They're like, if I didn't take private lessons, I wouldn't know anything about what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's probably true though for me as well.
Honestly,
that you say.
the only thing I know about music at this point is that the violas are out of tune.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. For those of you who are wondering, I played the violin for a while. So Tony and I were in the orchestra together briefly. Tony was much better than I was.
We didn't even really talk or know each other at that point, though.
No, not at all. I think the first time I talked to you was probably at least junior year or sophomore year when you started hanging out with Shane and
Yeah,
Zach.
I still regret
Yeah.
saving you that seat in chemistry, Shane.
Okay, now you gotta tell the whole story.
All right.
'Cause-
So, what year was that? Sophomore year or junior?
it was
year?
freshman year. No. It
Oh
was
yeah, it
freshman year
starts
that we.
freshman year. We were
Yeah, with
with Chris and
Yes.
the teacher. So
If
what?
you give
Freshman.
me 1,000 guesses. Said we went
It's
to high
Miss-
school with a Chris.
just bleep
I actually
out his
only know
last
the one
name or
Chris.
something.
I don't. I mean, I'll just say his
You
full
wanna
name and bleep it out. Christopher.
Ugh.
Yeah, no,
And
I
then
stand
the
by.
teacher-
Don't know who
The
that
teacher
is.
was Miss.
Yeah,
You might be able just to cut that all out, to be honest.
I'll just bleep
yeah,
it.
you probably should. Yeah,
But
yeah, like
Shane
I
and I were in
remember-
the class, and we would just like. I don't even remember what we did, but we were just like vaguely friends in that.
yeah, like I remember Chris and I sat closer together, so I would talk to Chris more than Tony.
Hmm.
But then, Tony, you were friends with Chris at the time.
Yeah, we
I
were really
think.
good friends.
And so that's. And then, if you want to take over for junior year of chemistry,
So, yeah, like I mean, we just bullshitted around in U.S. history freshman year, and then we just didn't
Wait.
speak for 2 years.
Wait, you guys had U.S. history freshman year with?
Yeah,
So did I.
really.
Me and
Were
Shane
you
had
in-
five. Me and Shane had like we had the same schedule freshman
God,
year.
yeah.
And we
That's
always
how I
sat next to
knew-
each other
I
for
remember
our
that's
last
how I
names.
knew Tiff. Wasn't it like 5 out of 6 classes we had together?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because all the seating orders would be based on the last name like alphabetically, and our last names are like a letter apart. We always sat next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
y'all
Wait,
were
how did we start
real
hanging out
tight.
again junior year then?
Because
Zach.
me, Zach, Marvin, and I all had chemistry together, and then you guys were friends with Marvin, and then he just like invited us over. It just happened, I guess.
And also, you wrestled with Zach, Shane.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was the only
Okay,
one that
sorry.
had no connection because I had no classes with you guys.
We-
Didn't
we
That's
were
what you get
friends
for taking
in
smart
elementary
kids
school,
class.
though.
I guess. Yeah, well, Marvin managed to get into chem class with you guys, and that was our only opportunity. Yeah, 'cause it was orchestra and smart classes.
Yeah. Go on, Tony, though. You were.
All
Wait,
right.
did Marvin
So
just show up?
I don't know.
He said he was just listening.
No. Okay.
So yeah, we bullshitted around freshman year, didn't talk for 2 years. And then chemistry class, we were like, or I think I sat down first, and then we locked
No,
eyes.
the first day I think I sat down first.
Oh
didn't
yeah,
I?
because you were near the one guy. I don't even remember his name. But
Oh my God.
Well, we're bleeding all the
Sumit?
names anyway.
no, it was
Go on though.
I don't-
I know
I
who
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
so okay. So I guess you were sitting down, and we locked eyes when I entered the room, and I was like, I know you. So I sat
The
down
one
next to
per-
you.
I was just.
Wait, say that again. You cut out. Hello.
I think he may be gone.
Yeah, he might have lost connection, but like we locked eyes, and I was like, I'm gonna sit by you because I know you.
Mm.
And then I don't know. We just okay. You're back. What were you gonna say?
That pretty much just that like I was happy that there was one other person in the room that I knew.
And then the teacher was like, I'm gonna let you guys pick your own spots. Wherever you sit the next day, or wherever you sit tomorrow, is where your spot's gonna be. And what didn't you asked like save or you
I
said
asked you to save the spot,
and I said okay for some reason. And
and then that spawned our teacher and everyone around us hating us.
yeah. And now we're here. How many years later?
3
4?
now? 4?
Yeah.
5?
Something like that.
Is it? Has it really been
many
4 years?
It's probably been 4 years. Yeah,
Damn.
Wow.
we've been a lot of life has been lived. We met all you
Stevie,
guys.
how long have we been
I
friends?
was just thinking that.
It was
like,
what, 4th
10
grade?
years, probably. Yeah, 4th grade.
I think
So-
Marvin. I remember
and
I
we're
was
in
think I was
5th
friends
grade,
with
so-
Marvin in 5th grade too.
Yeah, Marvin showed up. Yeah, so it's been like 11 years because we're in 15th grade right now. So yeah,
Jesus.
I have known you for 11. Which means I have known you for half life. Not horrifying, but
We've been
that's
friends.
what that means.
We've been friends for more than. That's a good point.
Yeah,
We've been friends for more than half of my
we've
life.
defined each other in ways that we will only uncover when we're.
I feel like this is gonna be our friendship is gonna be like something we'll tell our grandkids, and our
Yeah.
grandkids will think in the back of their heads, I'm pretty sure they're a closet gay. Like,
Yeah,
Me and Zach keep saying that we can never actually date each other or get married or anything like that because everyone from high school will be right, and we can't give them that.
Tony and I plan on getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Zach and I have a range deal if we're both
Yeah,
like, not married by a certain
you
age.
two have
Yeah, so
are
Shane
probably
and
the
I-
closest to a gay couple of all of us. Either Tony and Shane or Andrew and Zach.
I've kissed Zach a lot of times for a mostly straight guy,
Really?
Andrew, your tongue has definitely been in my mouth.
but I've kissed a lot of guys as well. So like
Apparently, I don't think I was around for any of those.
that is still a thing I do every now and then.
I
but
definitely remember the gay chicken in Shane's living room.
That may that I don't lose, so I just closed my eyes, and then all of a sudden there was a tongue in my mouth.
I think that's why we had to stop playing. Because
I think it was.
We all won every single time.
Huh. That's an interesting game because it banks on some homophobia, but winning it means you're not homophobic. So
No,
None
you
of
have to
us-
be comfortable
I
with
feel
your
like
But it also
sexuality.
means you're kissing a guy.
None of
Hey,
us are
just to
really
jump in for a
homophobic,
second.
though. So none of what was that?
Marv's gonna
Jump in for a second. So, I don't know if you guys have played this before, but there's a game. Have you heard of Pocky?
No.
No.
Oh
It's this-
yeah, that's like
It's
the
this
weird
long,
candy,
like
isn't it?
skinny, like chocolate covered, like long biscuit, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And the game is
strawberry
that
ones are-
you both start at the ends and you just kind of go eat it until you like someone like leaves.
Isn't that Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah,
Basically,
Okay.
but they branded it. So
No.
I
Alright.
honestly can't tell if it's really homophobic that we played Gay Chicken or if it wasn't because no one
Maybe
would
it's
ever lose.
progressive.
No, I don't think it's necessarily homophobic that you played it, but I think the point of the game is that at some point homophobia will kick in. And since it didn't for you guys, well done.
I don't know if that's like I don't know.
I don't know. We have to bring in an expert to tell us.
Are we gay?
That's a future episode.
Yeah. Jesus.
Stevenson or Stevie. Whoops. So do you remember 7th grade science?
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, with
I was gonna say yeah, heard.
sorry,
Remember
I'm gonna
we were
bleep that out,
partners for a
too.
project.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Like we made an island together.
Wait, was it though? Ohio State
Okay.
Island?
the
I don't think we were
what?
the Ohio.
No.
Like we had to make an island and like add like wildlife to it and talk.
I was in
about,
that. I was in that class too.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought they did that with
may have
everyone.
been.
I don't remember doing this.
Because I kind
Oh.
of vaguely remember doing it.
I don't know. I was just thinking,
Not gonna lie,
that's the first time I
don't.
really got to know you personally.
Yeah, I remember gym class was when because you were good at football.
Oh
You were
yeah.
in our group. You were the only one that could throw a football, so we all wanted you to be the quarterback.
Yeah. I peaked in middle school gym, honestly.
I can see that, yeah, because I feel like because we were friends, and then I kind of lost you for a while because you were in orchestra too. So we actually had
Yeah.
several classes together.
We were
then
casually
I-
friends there for a while.
We were, yeah, and then I think you didn't like me for a while, and we didn't have any classes together. So
I remember through freshman year, I thought like you just pissed me off.
freshman
Like-
year of high school or freshman year of college?
High school.
Both.
Okay. Yeah, I can see
We were cool
college
by
or high
like
school.
junior, senior year, but
Yeah.
freshman year,
Well, that's
I was immature as well. But like it, yeah, I don't know. You frustrated me sometimes.
No, that's very fair. I'm not gonna try and defend that.
well, honestly, that's what I remember. That's what I think is really funny about all of us is I feel like we weaved in and out of each other's lives for a little bit, and then
Mhm.
came together in a terrible, terrible group.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Andrew, do you remember freshman year? I feel like would we play? No, oh my God, it was rock paper scissors, and you got to
Yeah.
punch the loser in the shoulder,
Yeah. That
and
was
you
one of our
lost
dads
all the
told us
time.
that.
The worst part is like I was good at rock paper scissors, but then as soon as we played it for punches, I lost every single time. For some
Yeah,
reason. If
I-
we didn't play for punches, I'd win.
So that the problem. Oh yeah.
One of my
That was
teachers thought I was getting abused at home because of the bruises I had on my arm. Because you and a Tom would just kick my ass.
Oh my God, a Tom. That kid could punch a hole through a wall.
Yeah.
I think my arms will never be the same.
I probably shouldn't say this, but especially because we said his name, but in freshman year of high school, in that history class, you remember those stupid terms we had to do?
Yeah,
I
about it
started doing
sometimes.
them the night before, and this was something we were given like weeks to do. And so one
Weeks.
time I definitely paid for
Oh.
the answers.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
paid him?
really? Well, paid for just take the F, man.
They were worth a lot of
No, 'cause-
points.
yeah, like they were, and so I just kind of like
Oh
like
my God.
lazily. And when I'm talking lazily, I'm talking like scribbled down. Like he might have 4 or 5 sentences. I would scribble down 1. Still got full points.
Hmm.
Still not my proudest moment in high school though. That came in the.
Oh wait, what's
Yeah,
up?
we gotta hear this. What was your proudest moment in high school?
I don't know how many names you're bleeping out, but it was Mr. government class.
Okay.
I think it was the congressional scrapbook.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I think that's what he called it. We were given 2 weeks to work on this,
hmm
and 2 days before the due date, he extended it a week because he wanted it to be so good. So I, of course, being the good student I am, waited till 11 p.m. the night before it was due. And so I started at 11 p.m. before the night was due. One of the things was like a scrapbook. And so my mom was super good at that, so I asked for her help, and she did that. And I finished it by 4 a.m.
Oh man.
My God.
There were people that worked on it for weeks that got like C's, even B's. I missed 2 points for it being a little bit sloppy in presentation.
Nice.
Oh, and then I think like 1 more point. This was like out of 100 too or something. And then like it was like 1 more point for the last article I found was because it was like 3:30 and I was done
Yeah.
with it by that point.
You're phoning it by that point.
But yeah, that was my proudest moment in high school. I pulled that project out of my ass. Whew, did really good.
Do you guys remember that weird time senior year when for some reason, I guess we're bleeping names, Mrs. like I needed to move boxes for her or something like during class because I was in some bullshit math class and I was literally just moving stuff for her and she gave me the key to the elevator.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
God, yes.
And I took a picture of it and got a copy made. And like it was such a pointless thing to do, but like I had a key to the elevator that was only supposed to be for like staff and like injured people that I used just cause for like half the year.
Well, now we got to talk about Operation Pancake, and we brought pancakes into her room.
Oh right. And
Didn't
called me
she,
like a
like-
piece
I
of
remember-
shit or something.
Wasn't she like straight up abusive to you?
Yeah, she was.
She did not like me.
Well, the best part was you were in her one class and I was in the other, and she loved me. And then she saw the two of us walk in together with Zach, and the look on her face was pretty good.
Yeah, you were lost.
Yeah, so I took that FS Cube class my senior year, which in my opinion, I shouldn't have been in. I in pre-calc or whatever, or was it algebra 2, I got like a B or something, but I basically I missed a week and a half because of the flu, and my grade wasn't good like after that week and a half, but it jumped back up to a B. And they put me in FS Cubed, and like I remember my advisor said it'd be better for my future. That class was a joke. Like we did no real math. Like it was so easy. So literally, I didn't even bring a notebook every day. I would just like go on my phone, and she just hated me because I never took it seriously. It's really shady. I should have taken it seriously. She was like trying to teach me, but like I ended up getting like, I remember if you got like above a 90%, you didn't have to take the final in that class as a senior, and only like 5 people didn't like get or got above a 90%, and I was one of them. And this one girl, like as she was reading out the names, of people that didn't take it, literally screamed, "How?" Really validating to me.
That's funny.
But she hated me. But I was good at math, so.
Who wants to
That's
tell the
fantastic.
Operation Pancake story?
I feel like I wasn't there enough. Like I was not.
Yeah,
I
involved
wasn't
enough,
there at all.
I would love to be perfectly honest with you.
All
to be
right.
frank.
Feel free to jump in at any point. But I remember we did something first, and then I remember that we were planning on we were going to the mall for dinner or whatever. It was like maybe 4 p.m. and the night before our last day of high school. So over, Panda Express chicken, we somehow formed this idea to oh wait, no, because it started with the school used to provide breakfast in the parking lot for seniors, but they no longer did that for whatever reason. So we
Yeah,
had this
so
grand idea
well, it was
to
a-
do
it
it
was-
ourselves.
It was tradition for the seniors to meet up early the last day of school and eat breakfast together in the parking lot.
Yeah. And
But do you remember
so-
in physics class, challenged us, if I remember correctly, to do something. Like he was disappointed we didn't have a
Did he?
plan.
Because he was the senior class advisor, wasn't he?
Yeah, and remember, me, you, and Zach had him for our last hour of the day, and we always,
Yeah.
we didn't take that class seriously at all.
No,
'Cause
not
it was
even
like
a little
physics,
bit.
and we were seniors, and like he was like, and we were always like up to shenanigans or doing something stupid. And he was like, "You guys don't have
and then
anything planned."
And then he put us in the 4 corners of the room at one point.
Yeah, literally as far away as possible, and told us he did it on purpose.
That's funny.
Which is fair. He actually pleaded to us because we were one of the few seniors. He came to us and said, "You have control over this class. Please take it seriously so other people that aren't graduating in a few weeks
Okay, that's
can
actually terrible, though.
can
was so
actually
bad.
do well." And
He was
I
like,
honestly,
even the sophomores are talking back now.
yeah, I remember. I honestly,
Oh my
I had a lot of.
God.
I felt bad because we were pieces of shit.
We broke.
But I
up.
actually had a lot of respect for him. For that.
Did.
Rather than like yelling at us and punishing us, he literally just went to us man to man and just said, "Please."
Yeah, but
That's
remember
so
we did
bad
that.
though that he lost control so badly that he had to beg you guys to take people. Like, that's really
know.
bad.
Like we were like, it was like a movie or like a sitcom. It felt like that class was honestly so like I remember some days I would miss the first like 5 hours of the day, and I would show up just for 6 hours. Like physics,
I
'cause
remember
thought it would be
that.
fun. And
Yeah.
oh wait,
Hey,
what was I gonna say?
yeah.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Hey Marvin,
Yeah, well-
remember in high school when we were studying hard for our AP exams and
And some of us were
doing all of our homework?
things in the bathroom.
Doing all of our homework. What are you talking about?
Okay, maybe that was just me. Training for sports, that was also just me.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't study at all for my AP exam because my college didn't take credit for it either way.
Oh yeah.
I
In
to this
retrospect,
day
Shane, I think that was probably the right call for you.
shut up. I to this day do not know what I scored on that AP exam.
Really?
What was it?
AP chemistry.
AP chemistry.
No.
I breezed through chemistry in college because we had such a good teacher, but I to this day don't know what I scored on that AP exam. Okay, we're gonna back to
Okay.
Operation Pancake.
Yeah.
So we were challenged to do this, and 4 p.m. before the night before, we were talking about it. We knew we had. I think we knew I had a griddle.
Well,
and
no,
Tony
because
had like.
we were sitting over Panda Express in the mall, and then someone threw out the idea, wouldn't it be funny if we cooked pancakes in the parking lot? And it just kind of snowballed from there.
And it was funny.
Somebody Google,
Yeah.
how
Well-
much the generator cost.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna say I remember that we talked about it and we knew between the 4, 5, or 6 of us or whatever it was, there were enough people with a pop-up tent, 2 griddles. We had to buy. We sent a few people shopping because I remember I had to work. A few people shopping. They went to pick up like bacon and pancakes and chocolate chips. We thought about plugging the griddles into a car thing, but realized it wouldn't work. So I think Tony went and rented a generator.
Yup.
And I remember I was really worried that the generator, like that would get us in trouble. Like the people would be like, you can't be running a generator in the parking lot. And so
Yeah,
I remember we positioned our
should've.
cars in a way that like you couldn't
Yeah.
quite see it, but they
Uh-huh.
didn't end up caring. And so, yeah, we got there super early, like before anyone else was there.
No, we got there at like 6 a.m. School didn't start until 7:45.
Yeah. Like before the seniors getting there early, we were cooking pancakes.
Hmm.
That was fucking incredible.
That was so much fun.
That was. I remember the principal said she really liked it. Like she was really happy with it.
I think she tweeted a picture of us.
Yeah, we're on
Did-
Twitter
oh yeah, I remember
somewhere.
her snapping it. I still have that photo of the 5 of us standing there like idiots, smile with
Oh,
a
yeah,
giant
me
ass
too.
smile on her face. It's one of my favorite photos. That was incredible. That was Operation Pancake. I'm more impressed at how quickly we came up and executed.
It was like, I don't know, we came up with it at 4 p.m., had a plan by 5. We're cooking pancakes by 6:30 a.m.
I mean,
15
and-
hours, give or take.
Yeah.
And that's like with sleep though too. Like
Mhm.
like we had to go home and go to it wasn't 15 waking hours. I don't know. That was fun.
Hmm.
That was a good way to
I don't think I
And
was
an
hanging out
era.
with you guys that afternoon. Like I went and did something else, and like I remember, like as a joke, we were talking about it like before I left, like before I left your guys' presence, and then like an hour later, I was getting messages. It's like, hey, do you have like a generator we could use or something? It's like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
it was started out as that's how all great ideas start out, as a joke.
Joke, but like also, why not?
I think that's literally what the attitude was. Like someone said it
Uh-huh.
as a joke, and someone else was like, "Wait a minute, why can't we?" And here we are talking about it years later.
Yeah, I wonder how many other classmates remember that.
That's a fair point.
I barely remember it, and I was a part of it.
Probably very little. I just
Yeah.
thought, I don't know. I thought it was. How many other people thought to do that though? I feel like, to me, it was just one of those unique experiences that
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
no one else really does. Yeah. It
Well,
was wild.
does anyone else have any good stories, or should we wrap it up?
I mean, I'm good to keep going, but I don't have
Yeah, I
any
was having a good time
stories.
talking. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Yeah,
I mean-
I feel like we're kind of on high
I mean-
school, but
I mean, we can move to college because I've got my surprise package story.
Oh no!
Oh my god, yes, I forgot about that.
That might be one to end with.
I think that would be a good one to end with. I also, though, I feel like we've talked a lot of our college stories to death already.
Hmm.
Like they're not far enough back that we can reminisce. So,
That's fair.
Most of mine like involve illegal things, so I can't even like tell them if we're gonna post it.
You can
Tell
tell
them in
us
10
later.
years.
Mine are all very much like insider, like you kind of have to be there, so
Uh-huh.
it'd be very interesting.
I need to wait for some statutes of limitations to
Because they,
pass.
My God, you're gonna think you're like a murderer.
No
$100.
comment.
I mean, I
It's
don't
only
know.
illegal if you get caught.
This is how
And I've been caught a couple times.
Yeah.
so I guess I'll tell it. So I was living in the living in the dorms. The way they did it at my college was if you got a package, you would get an email notification on your phone. And I was in class and I hadn't ordered anything, and I got a package from the front desk. And I went up and picked up my package, and it was like strangely heavy. And I brought it up to my room and opened it. And I don't know if you guys had heard of Bad Dragon at the when I messaged you guys, or if anyone listening knows what Bad Dragon is. If you're gonna Google it,
I'm ashamed that I did.
We should get sponsored.
How great would that be? But if you're gonna Google it, go incognito. They do like dragon fantasy themed sex toys.
It's
And
very PG. Good description.
I had a fleshlight that was blue and dragon themed, addressed to me at my room. And I don't interject when you guys like I called you guys, but I looked at the invoice and it was $90 plus $30 shipping, which really got me. And I was just screaming, "What the fuck happened? Like, why is this here?"
That is a good question.
Yeah. So I guess my first thought was like, did someone from high school do this? So
For context, we had talked about like doing something like this for a long time, like as a joke, but it wasn't.
No, this was an actual like expensive toy in my possession now. I don't know. Like I called you guys, I called the college friends. No one had any idea what was going on or why it was there. So I looked at the invoice.
Plus, I feel like if it was us, we wouldn't spend $90 plus $30 shipping.
That is well above my meme budget.
Yeah, it was 2-day shipping too. So like,
Someone wanted this.
Yeah. So
was that Prime shipping?
No, it was from Bad Dragon.
Oh.
Jesus.
Discreet packaging though. Gotta say.
Sponsor us.
But so like I looked at the invoice to see like who sent it, and there was a phone number, so I called it, and it went straight to voicemail. And then I got a text from the number saying like, "Hey," and I said, "I think I have your package."
Did you say package specifically?
Let me pull up the text. I'm gonna pull that up.
Consult the
He
historical
wouldn't say, "I
documents.
have your fleshlight."
No.
Your package.
Tony's a subtle man, okay?
I'm looking for it, so bear with me. But we were texting back and forth, and I was like, I don't know. It just came up like, "Do you want it?"
Do you want it? Do you want my package?
I don't know. Like, I eventually went over and dropped it off at his room, like knocked on his door, and it was this just really scrawny guy in a like sweaty, stained white T-shirt.
That sounds about right.
And he
That
just
is
cracked the door, and I handed it to him. It was just like, "What the fuck, dude?" and he was like, "Sorry, I like." He had a bunch of conflicting stories. He just didn't want to admit he bought a Bad Dragon blue fleshlight.
I don't know. I feel like if you buy
With
one,
2-day
though,
shipping.
just turn into the skid and embrace it at that point. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know. That's my never having bought a sex toy. Would be my philosophy.
No,
on it.
Andrew, you said that, but do you or do you not own
Okay.
a pocket pussy?
Do you
Forgot
not use it?
It was-
Okay,
yeah.
I found the text.
I don't know who you're talking to, Andrew. You're Andrew. I'm Steve.
I was talking to my other personality. Sorry.
So, I guess I can just read the text back and forth now. So, for reference, I called a couple times before this, and it went straight to voicemail. So he texted, "Who is this?" And I said, "I got a package as a prank, and this number was listed on the shipping label." And he said, "Wait, I think that ended up at the wrong place. That was a prank from my friend. Are you?" Or, I guess I have to bleep that. But, I said, "Yeah, can I get a first name of who it's for? I might know them." Because, I don't know, I thought it was a prank for someone. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess.
But, he said, "Don't worry, I'll just take care of it. Just drop it off at, XY room number in this hall." And he said it's probably the shipping office's fault. And then he said, "Thing is, he just kept texting me, like trying to make excuses." And he said, "The thing is, it was supposed to be addressed to me since I don't actually know the dude's address, since he moves a lot. So I was going to give it to him next time we met." But I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to kink shame him for it. The whole situation was just ridiculous.
No, just we're shaming his kink shame.
That's the thing, though. It's like I was trying to come up with theories about how and why this happened. Like,
Maybe he likes being shamed.
yeah, that's the thing.
He wanted you to know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a kink right there.
That's
Again,
plausible. I think.
my thing though is, why would on a prank you spend $30 extra to get it now?
well, I asked him, and he was just, I don't remember the exact answer, but it was just like, he's a really good friend or something. I don't know.
Why wouldn't you know where you live then?
Because he moves
Okay,
a lot.
wait. Not to. Okay, it occurred to anybody that he was lying and he just wanted it and didn't want to say he did?
Yeah, that's exactly
No, I
what I
think
was
that's
thinking.
exactly what
That's-
happened.
That's basically what's happening.
Oh, okay.
We're just
You're
theorizing
poking
for
holes
like
in his.
the sake of it. Yeah.
I'm just
incredibly
poking
transparent
holes
story.
in the story.
Yeah, I just think
Okay.
it's funny to make fun of him, even though
Okay,
I really
I
shouldn't.
guess.
But
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
can happen to anyone.
it could.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
told
if
my
my-
RA, and he did give a shit, but he was like, "You good? You want me to write this up?" So shout out to him.
Why is your RA me?
But yeah, that's the time I got mailed a sex toy anonymously.
Dragon sex toy.
I think you should have just kept it.
Me too. I should have held it for ransom.
No, you should have had it and used it.
Speaking of using it, how do you like yours?
I've never. That's probably still up in my closet. I think probably
Hey,
sitting 20 feet
A
away
lot of
from
things are in your closet, aren't they? No.
it. Never use it. Yeah.
Including your sexuality.
But yeah, I think that's my. No, my wildest college story was probably the house party, but that wasn't anything special.
What happened there?
It was like me, Shane, Stevie, Charlie, and my friend Noah from college.
Oh yeah, I liked Noah.
He needs
He
to
was a
learn how
good
to
guy.
shower, but he's a really good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He can
Accurate.
play the guitar. He doesn't
know.
need to shower.
Don't think that's how it works.
Not accurate.
Yeah, we went to a house party and got fucked up. That's pretty much what happened. It was really fun though.
Yeah.
I was
that
disappointed at how not drunk I was.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, Tony, we were talking earlier about our encounters with police officers, and you had mentioned you had never encountered one, and I have only once for a traffic incident. But that's not counting parties that have been broken up by officers of the law. So, does that increase your count any?
No.
Or okay.
Ooh, I have a police story.
All right.
Just to preface this, I want to, for any of our listeners, I had not consumed anything illegal prior to this. I guarantee you I was not on any substances or anything like that.
All right, so that's for our listeners. For us, what did you take?
Are we going to bleep it out?
Yeah.
No, just tell
cut
us
it.
later.
No, don't.
Yeah, later. Yeah, because I was on nothing. I want to clarify that nothing. I was completely sober. This isn't even that good of a story, but basically, like in our dorm, we had like elevators, so, like went up and down, obviously, like go to different floors, and then we had like in the corner of these both elevators, there was these cameras, like the ones with like the glass covering, and then like just the camera inside. It's like a circular little thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the day we were leaving for Thanksgiving, the night before we had to leave for Thanksgiving break. It had been like a long semester, and obviously I hadn't consumed anything, but like I was having like a good time with my friends. We were getting back, and I was like, what would happen if I just like put my hand over this camera? And then I did that, didn't think anything of it, and then left the elevator. A week later, I get a call from a police officer who goes, "Hey, are you?" Leave that. But and they were like, "We need you to come and answer some questions." And they sit me down in this, like I come in, I have they didn't tell me anything about what it was about, and I do a lot of questionable stuff. So like this really could be like anything going into this. I'm like, I'm probably going to jail. And that's where like my mindset was. So they sit me down in this room with a camera and 2 police officers, and they're asking me questions and like, what were you doing on this night? And I was like, I was hanging out with friends. And like they're like really pressing me. It's like, well, like what were you doing? Like I can't, like, what was your mindset? And then they showed me this video, and like I just touched the camera, and then like for some reason like the camera, like I guess I like knocked it loose like inside. So I started like filming downwards, and they were like accusing me of being like a school shooter or something. They thought I had some nefarious plan, and they had me like sat down, and they were like trying to like really figure out like what I was like doing, like why I broke a camera on purpose, and they were like threatening like bringing like vandalism charges against me and a bunch of stuff. And here I am, like I do tons of questionable stuff, and like this really could have been anything. Like a lot, like this really could have been a lot of different things going into it. I'd like almost start laughing because I'm like, oh, this is what you got? Like and like there's like I was laughing, and they're trying to take this seriously, and they're like, you seem like a okay kid, so maybe we'll let you off and refer you out to student conduct. And anyway, I got fined $36. I had to meet with our student service officers, who made me write a two-page paper about cameras and their importance in the community. And that was my punishment for breaking a camera. Yeah.
That's so... I just imagine you start laughing.
I literally I was near panic attack. Like I thought I was going to jail. Like I thought this was it for me. And like they showed me the video finally, and it was like, really?
That's good though.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Oh my god. So stupid.
So I can't wait for the sequel to this one 10 years later so you can explain the other stuff you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different day, unfortunately. But nothing bad, I promise, to any of our listeners. No laws were broken. Cool.
I guess I have one top story. I was driving to a summer course. I think this was fuck. It was either I took the EMT course, and wasn't it the summer between junior and senior year, I think? Or no, it was after freshman year of college. I took it. And I remember my driving becomes instantly amazing the second I see a police officer. Like, hands at 10 and 2, I'm sitting up straight, eyes on the road. So I did that, and I'm driving to class, and a cop lights me up, a community college police officer, and he walks up, and I was I'm never annoyed that he pulled me over or anything like that. He was super nice. But the man was wearing shorts.
I don't know
And
why that's funny, but it is.
And it was because, like, if you've ever been to that campus of that community college, which I know many of you have, it's small and it's condensed. So most of the time, I'm pretty sure he's on a bike because I've seen police officers on a bike. But something about getting pulled over by a cop in, like, their normal standard car in shorts just really adds insult to injury. Super nice. I mean, I just had a taillight out, so he reminded me, he saw my uniform and reminded me that he was going to see me on campus and told me to get it fixed. Really nice guy, but just something about shorts.
For as how small as that campus is, though, they deal with a lot of bullshit.
Oh, they do, because it's in the middle of the city, I feel
Yeah.
like, too.
So I
mean,
respect
it was-
that man in his shorts.
No, I do too, and I just something about it was just really
It's just so
funny
hard to take
me.
it seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't really a well, no, I probably shouldn't tell that story on recording.
You can tell us
Okay.
afterwards, or in 10 years,
Yeah.
whatever's easier.
No, I'll tell you afterwards.
We'll do a statute of limitations cast after start releasing them as they become.
I mean, it wasn't anything illegal, it was just really dumb. And
So I want to say though, we do have a great spectrum of like general level of I don't know, like Tony is a goody two shoes. I'm
Mhm.
pretty close. And then then we get like Shane and Tiff and Andrew and Zach are all, I don't know. We just have a really good spectrum of different experiences, which I think is
Mhm.
good.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like too, I was telling Tony this. Tony and I were talking about this maybe even a couple days ago. That we have a little bit too much fun sober.
Oh yeah.
We all the stupid shit we did in high school and was like completely sober is crazy to me.
Mhm.
And I remember Ben, I don't want to say his last name, but Ben the
But I know
redhead
you're talking
was-
about, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember we were sitting around, we were playing Rich Man, Poor Man or some shit like that. And he was just like, I don't think I've ever had this much fun without drugs. And I remember my mom was there and she was really proud of that. Like, she was like, my son and his group of friends
Well, I think
like,
that
don't
is
need
the
drugs
mark
to have
of-
fun.
Yeah, that is good. I feel like.
I kind of appreciated that. Of course, now, like, I feel like now we couldn't do the things that we did without being drunk. almost.
Well, like we would literally just go to the park and like drink chocolate milk, you know?
Uh-huh.
That
We
was funny.
taste tested chocolate milk. We were judging it.
Yeah. It was such wholesome.
clear
sense of
winner.
humor.
Granted, that we were technically trespassing because it was nighttime at like 11.
Mhm.
But still. Yeah, we did some crazy, like some weird stuff. Like, if a cop rolls up to that park and sees us sitting on top of the place there, he's instantly thinking we're smoking pot or drinking.
Well, there was
But instead,
there was that time we were at the Walmart, uh, just messing around in the parking lot. Not the time your car broke down, but a different time.
Oh, it
That's
was like the
too.
one. It was like the one way out of town, right?
Yeah, it was like midnight,
Yeah.
and we were just screwing around in the parking lot, and Zach was just like spread eagle on the ground, and you were like idling towards him, and the cop came up, and he was just like, "Saw guys, what's going on here?" Um, yeah, and
He looked so disappointed. Like he looked disappointed that his job was to deal with our bullshit.
there were so many better things he could have been doing than that.
I
I'm
remember.
not
Okay,
even drunk.
now we have to tell the story of we were, for context, to anyone actually listening, we were in a McDonald's parking lot.
Oh, this is what I want to talk about.
And it was
yeah.
like right outside of a college campus.
in a college campus.
It was. I remember it was Tony's car and it was Andrew's car, and then I was in the driver's seat of Tony's car, and I think Tony, when you parked the car, you parked stupid close.
Like 2 or 3
To-
inches away.
Yeah. So Andrew, being the stubborn bastard he is, was, and keep in mind, this is like 5 teenagers like standing outside behind these 2 cars.
It's like 11 p.m.
Yeah, and he tries to weasel his way into the door, and he can't. So he swings his legs into the passenger side of Tony's car, sits in the windowsill, and I start to back out so he can get out of the car, and that's when the cop rounded the corner. Just 5 teenagers with a car, 2 cars parked stupid close together, one halfway out. Keep in mind, like, Tony's sitting in the passenger seat.
Of my
Or
own
Marvin
car.
was. Yeah. And didn't he ask us if we were drinking?
Yeah, he goes, "Are you guys drunk?" And then he sounded so upset and disappointed.
Mhm.
Like, just I've never heard someone who just sounded so exhausted with their job or like the situation. Exasperated, I think is the correct word.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
he just say
I
like
remember-
make better choices and then walked
Yeah.
off?
He's like, "Just think, guys. Like, think
Like, I
about
think-
what you're doing."
I think that was I think that's exactly what happened, because we weren't doing anything like super illegal. Granted, he probably could have found something to write a ticket to us for, but I feel like he was just so disappointed that people were as dumb as we were. That was so funny, though.
We did. I don't know. I feel like we did a surprising amount of stuff, but also nothing at the same time during high school. Like
Yeah.
how many nights were we just at Shane's kitchen table playing cards?
Or when we bought waterproof cards so we could play it in the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
We had like the board, we'd throw them on.
Hmm.
That was something else.
How many boys did we fit in that? Men, I guess. Did we fit in that hot tub? It was
I
absurd.
think we got to
6.
7 or 8.
Was it 7? No, there's no way.
Okay.
Because
It
it
was-
was
I think it was
Tony,
7. It was
it was
7.
you. Who was all?
It was the
who was
5
the
of us,
most-
Zach and Ben.
I thought your dad also got
We
in
had-
there, Shane.
And then we had Sean in there at one point. Not all at the same time for all that.
Okay.
Maybe a lot of people.
Maybe it was 7.
I think by volume it was Tony, Shane, Zach. Because I think we probably got Tiff, Charlie, Marvin, and I in, and that's probably the most volume.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe you guys, because I mean Ben's bigger than I was at the time, but I don't know. I don't think I was ever in there with him. And then yeah, Shane, your
We-
dad joined us a few times.
That was not. I just remember how much water we would overflow. We
Oh,
would just
yeah.
cram so
Oh,
many
slosh.
people.
Placement.
Like nobody could move. I remember one time, I think everyone else but me was in there, and the water was to the brim.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then I had to step in, and like even with just one leg in, it started to overflow. Let alone my whole body. That shit was wild.
And that was like what we did like just anytime. Like we had like every
Uh-huh.
Friday or Saturday. It was like every time we had like any amount of free time.
Well, like the summer between I think it was like freshman year or senior year of high school, freshman year, we would hang out like 5 or 6 days out of the week.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much had nothing better to do besides work and
Hmm.
hang out.
That's like one of my biggest regrets is not hanging out with you guys more. I think that break, because I was working for Shane's dad, right? And then I
Oh
had that
yeah, that's
girl-
right.
And then I had that girlfriend who was regrettable, but
That
I
was,
miss
that was
you
part
guys.
of the K era.
that was the unfortunate K era and why we can never go back. But
But
We're not
that
doing
was
that
that was the beginning of the K area, right? It was
This
I think I
the
started
and
the K, or I guess Marvin started it, and then
Started
I
the
continued
K.
it.
yeah, Marv started it, and then Shane, and then it was you and or Shane. I don't know which
It was
started
Shane.
first, and then it
And
was
And
me,
then Zach. No, and then Zach.
and then Zach, yeah, and then me,
And then I think you were last, Andrew. No,
no,
wait.
Tony was last.
No, I needed an N.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh yeah. 'cause
Yeah, you're
I
right.
think that was you.
last.
It was you then. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I probably also started because I think we all broke up with them in like a week's time. But
Yeah, yeah, like I think Shane, I, and one of you guys all broke up within the same week.
yeah,
I remember it was like around spring break too.
Uh-huh.
I think it was like April or something when like it happened for me. So it was like we're like within like a month of you guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird.
Something I do want to do with you guys is called balls with a Z.
Mhm.
Now, hear me out.
Hearing you out.
This is something my college friends and I do all the time, and it's honestly the most fun I've ever had sober. We get in a circle on the ground and like sit crisscross, and we have hacky sacks or juggling balls, and we just throw them at each other, like, but like we interweave them, like we had 5 people, you would do a pentagram, kind of a
Oh
thing.
boy.
So you receive and throw to the people across from you. And then we play shitty trap music in the background. In a dark room. It sounds really...
Naked?
No.
Can we chant in Latin too, or is that like not allowed?
I mean, you could.
On
But
a
like,
similar note, Sting Pong.
oh
Do you love
yeah.
me some sting pong?
Oh yeah.
That was a Charlie thing.
I don't
in,
know
like,
what this
middle
is.
school because he was so good
Oh,
at
so
it.
basically, right, Tony, you take a ping pong paddle, right, for everybody involved, and then lots of ping pong balls, and you just fire them at each other.
oh, okay.
And the way we did it
Hard
too,
as you
is
possibly can.
you turn all the lights out too, so you can't see, and it's just madness.
Hmm.
Stevie, I remember playing with your your dad and your cousin.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I really just want to play like drinking. Not necessarily hammered yet. I want to play pit.
Oh, it's
Oh,
so
God.
difficult.
Oh no.
I can't
No,
play
no,
pit
no.
sober.
Wait, why do I not remember what pit is?
Uh,
You went
That
there,
was at
you're,
because it was at Andrew's grandfather's. It was
Okay.
at Stevie's
Yeah, it was
It
the
was
cabin.
grandfather's cabin.
yeah, where we
kinda
cock
missed
the
that.
deal.
Yeah.
No, you cocked the deal.
I
You
know.
cocked the deal.
I like.
I still don't
deals.
understand when he singled me out. Like, that was some
Because
bullshit.
you were bad at it.
That
You can't-
no, he like
you
singled
can't
him out on
deal.
other things though.
No, yeah, I don't know.
No, it was a
Possibly
whole
hates
weekend.
Italians.
You did
Yeah,
it
I
the
don't
first
know.
time really awkwardly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what it
I
was,
guess he's
Tony?
remembered you the most.
Yeah, it's because you're big and he's big, and he thought you were bonding over being big. You reminded him. I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know, but
No, so pit, so you got spoons, right? But it's in every direction at the same time. And you go for 9 of a kind, and you can trade you trade with people.
Yeah,
And
awful.
yeah, it's crazy.
That sounds awful, but like also really fun at the same time.
It's definitely one that you can't play like over and over and over and over again.
No.
I was oranges, and then
Mhm.
Shane was also collecting oranges, and I was really upset all the time.
Oh, we've got to do another thing. I haven't done this yet because I don't know enough people that are 21. But it's called Find the Banana.
Oh no.
Okay.
So
This feels like just the opposite of hide the pickle.
I don't know what hide the pickle is.
Had the pickle, though.
You're let's just say pickle is supposed to mean your penis.
I mean, that's what I figured.
Okay. That's what I mean. Is it feels like find the banana feels like the opposite of hide the pickle.
No, so you have one person in your group dress up as a banana or like something very out of the ordinary. And
Okay.
and then they start running, and they have a 20-minute head start. And the banana goes to a bar in town and just starts drinking. And then the rest of the group has to go find the banana. Like sometimes you can split up into 2 groups, and whoever finds it first wins. But like the whole point is you go to bars and you say, "Have you seen the banana?" And yeah, you just
Oh
go
my
around town
God.
and you have a drink at a bunch of different, like you go bar crawling looking for the banana.
The banana.
Wait,
so
oh wait, what? No, you go.
well, I'm thinking the only problem with that is the banana is just alone drinking in a banana costume.
I'm in. I
he-
volunteer as the
bar is
banana.
super popular.
See, that's
He's
the
in a
thing
banana
though,
suit.
is if you walk into a bar dressed as a banana alone on like a Friday night, you're gonna meet some
Yeah.
people. You're gonna have a good
Follow
time.
the clown.
I instantly I volunteer to be the banana.
Like, actually, that sounds like so much fun. Yeah.
I really
I-
do, honestly, yeah.
Let's do
I'm-
that after this shit gets over, like in August.
Mhm.
I'm down.
Okay, dibs on banana.
I'll come back for that shit.
I'd say we should go to New York
Oh my
with
god!
Marvin.
Can you imagine doing that in New York?
Hey, we'll all be 21. I'm totally down.
Yeah.
I can't host all of you
God.
because my apartment's small next year, but
So yeah, that's something we
Will you
have to
bring
do at
this
some
back
point
in?
because that would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Have you seen the
Come hang out.
banana also allowed
lonely.
to bar hop or no? They just pick one.
I don't remember. I didn't come up with this. Like my friend got a big thing of drinking games.
I don't want to lose you in New York. So like,
That's fair.
maybe stick
But
to
I want to be
stick
lost
to a-
in New York.
Drunk at
I feel
night.
I don't want to have to come find you in New York.
It's gonna be like
I
the
feel like
hangover.
too. I feel like too if you just
Home
have
Alone
like
2.
a list of bars or just a radius.
Yeah.
that you
or-
could go
or
to.
just
don't
Street.
do it in New York because that's
I mean,
slightly riskier, and cover charges are higher in New York than they are in.
that's fair.
Uh,
I mean, we could do it in our
here.
hometown, or we could do it where,
where I am.
yeah, or where
Where
Shane
I am might
is.
be good.
Well, where Shane? Are there? How many bars are there by where Shane is? Like 2?
Are
'Cause
we
can't
counting like
drive? So they all have
Places
to be in
you can get
walking
a drink.
distance. Yeah.
within walking distance? There's like not that many.
Yeah.
Driving
that's-
distance though.
I mean, if we had a DD, maybe.
Just
Yeah.
I
say,
think Mount Pleasant. Oh, well, I already said it, but like Mount Pleasant might be better
Yeah.
because it's like it's small but it's big enough that there's like a good couple bars, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm down.
and they're not
Well,
very
actually-
far.
I'm gonna go like a week and then do that. Go to the casino, whatever stuff. Like have that be.
for a weekend, yeah.
Well, the other thing I don't
Yeah,
know if I
so
was
we
suggesting this to. I think it was Tony again. Is that where Andrew and Zach are? That's like the most centralized between all of us, minus
It's
Marvin.
Central Michigan or something.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. Like, I have to drive an hour. Tony has to drive an hour. Charlie would have to drive
Why?
an hour. I guess Andrew, you would end up having to drive what, 2
2
hours?
Actually, what we can do is there's always a Quidditch tournament in Mount Pleasant.
That's true.
And there may not be one next year, but I will make sure to let you guys know as soon as I find out when it
I will absolutely stay over that Saturday. I'm gonna charge myself,
Mhm.
hang out, or I don't know, invite half the team to go party.
That would be great.
That sounds dope.
Just your RA and the entire Quidditch team at the bar
Looking for one man in a banana suit.
looking for a hand and banana. Honestly, that sounds amazing to me.
Does sound amazing.
Mhm.
All right, I will.
Especially if you have like a ton of people, and so you would just all end up. If you really want to piss the service staff off, get like if you got like playing with like 20 people, split up into like 3 to 5 groups. Just reserve a table for the banana reserves a table for 20 people at that bar,
Guys,
and just arrives in a banana costume at this massive table as everyone else filters in as they're finding the banana.
Well,
I have terrible news.
What's up?
A banana suit is only $18 on Amazon.
No.
Tony, does it come in plus size?
I'm looking.
For everyone.
Is it gonna fit me?
We'll just get 2 of them and sew them. Where's like a hat?
I don't know, I'm looking.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It goes extra large and standard.
No, I feel like extra large is giant, so you guys should be fine.
Uh-huh.
I'll make it work. If you can get enough people to do this.
Dude, what if the rest of us dress up as monkeys, though?
Oh my god.
I'm
a monkey!
Find the banana! Especially because if you
How much
reserve a
is a
table
monkey
at
costume?
if you reserve a table at that bar, like you're gonna end up. Then you all know you already have a spot.
Mhm.
As long as the banana's the one who
Reserves it.
I don't see a monkey costume.
Oh, you're not looking hard enough. Hold on.
Well, I just googled monkey costume on Amazon.
There's
No, I
nothing?
misspelled monkey. That's why, because I'm
Oh.
actually illiterate. $35.
Guys,
That's a little much.
I think the banana's way better.
Oh, the banana's better.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because
you
we
can
have
do both.
monkeys chasing the banana.
Seems very not cost effective.
No, it's definitely not.
okay,
I've got $170 adult monkey mascot costume that's got a full face mask and everything. Halloween women's cozy monkey costume is that's $27 out of those 7. These are relatively expensive.
Mhm.
okay, wait, guys, hear me out and
$23. All right.
hear me
Yeah,
out.
Walmart's got $23 for shipping.
Hear me out. We we choose a day that we're all gonna be back in our hometown. We just get as many people as possible. Like my parents would play that in a heartbeat.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing, though. I don't think going like cross generational is necessarily a good idea because, like, I don't necessarily want to get trashed in front of your parents, and I don't want to do it in front of my parents. My parents will.
Well, I've
Parents go.
got my whole college squad that would be in town.
Yeah.
Plus, that makes sense. I know that like my parents were we got hammered on my 21st birthday.
Yeah. No, I know. But
But I get what you're saying.
I'd like to keep church and state separate.
But still, same thing applies. If we're all in town, pick a time and literally make an event. And so it's like, okay, if I'm the banana, you just invite people and you're like, you're the monkeys. We encourage you to get a monkey costume.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the game. And then again, just whoever's the banana chooses makes the reservation at the bar.
Mhm.
Because again, that way you know you're gonna have a spot to sit. Incredible.
But yeah, that's on my bucket list.
All right, so I think what we need to do is, so I want to go gamble. We want to do where's the banana, and we should find. Do we want to try and do that day, or I don't know if anybody else has any interest, but
Say it again.
so I want to go to a casino with you guys at some point, which would be convenient because there's one in Central, which we could actually go to now.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but
I know it does. It does suck, but or we could go somewhere else. I don't care.
I mean,
But
Personally, I'm not interested in gambling, but I'd go just for
Okay.
the hell of it.
all right. Well, I'll
Same.
take that off the docket. So we just need to be. So we want to do this over the summer, right? Because that's
Well,
when March
Question,
will be
if
here.
we
Question.
can.
well,
Are we
I-
still recording?
yes.
Yes
we should
and
probably
no.
Stop
Recording?
We should probably stop recording.
Okay, let's
Honestly-
wrap it up real quick before we start
Alright.
talking about summer plans.
Yeah.
If we have summer plans. Like if that's gonna be a thing.
Okay, quick. Shane, I'm putting you on the spot. What are you gonna recommend?
What am I gonna recommend? I thought about something. Why'd you have to put me on the spot, you bastard? I don't know. Come back to me.
All right.
Okay, I got one.
What's up?
It's funny, Andrew or Stevie mentioned church and state separation. There's a great documentary on Hulu called "Hail Satan," and it's about the church
Oh.
of Satan in the
Yeah.
United States today. It's actually really, it's not like what you think it is at all. They're not like Satan worshippers, but basically they're like fighting for plurality.
Yeah, it's
And,
the
like-
Satanic Temple, right?
Yeah, the Satanic
Yeah.
Temple, and they're fighting for plurality and making sure, like, basically, like, your government doesn't spend money building, like, religious, like, statues and stuff. And they just fight, like, religion and government in the funniest ways possible. 10 out of 10 recommend.
I actually, if I could go next, actually, because before you started talking, I thought of what my recommendation was going to be, and it was actually going to be the Pastafarian faith.
Wow. Wow, faith recommendations.
I encourage everyone to look up and join the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I happen to be an ordained minister myself. We believe in a heaven with beer volcanoes and stripper factories. So
All right.
I don't know what else needs to be said.
I guess I can go. So I'm a very big stickler about my writing utensils. The one pen I found that I actually like is the Pilot G2, but your ink size has to be 0.38 millimeters.
100%. 100%.
No,
Well,
I'm
so you're a
dead
nerd.
serious. That's the only pen
Oh, I know
use.
you're serious.
No,
That's why I'm
You're
laughing.
100% right.
No, because like the
Okay.
0.5 millimeter is acceptable, but if you go beyond that, it's just like it's too much. It bleeds all over
It's
the
a marker
place.
at that point.
Yeah.
So, Tony, do you seriously only buy G2 gel pens 0.38?
Yes.
Tony, me too.
All
Dude,
right.
the last time I bought a writing utensil was freshman year of college.
I'm sorry.
I just find them on the side of the road and adopt them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a recommendation, not as much of a specific thing, but we were having kind of a reminiscing podcast today. And one of the things, when I was walking around while you guys were talking, I found a bunch of old sketchbooks that I would draw, like stick figure comic books and stuff in when I was in like elementary school, middle school. And they were really interesting. So I'd recommend anybody who's looking for something to do who's like in their home. So like if you're a college student back at home, dig out your childhood notebooks, your old sketch pads. It is a trip to see what young you was thinking about and was coming up with.
All
Fair
right.
enough. I like that.
Marvin, do you have
Wholesome.
anything? Or have you gone? I can't remember.
Golden double stuffed Oreos.
All right. Double stuffed
Mm.
Oreos.
Golden double stuffed Oreos.
Ooh.
Oh no, heads are okay. So real quick, go around. Everybody say your favorite Oreo. This is important.
I just like the regular, like original, normal stuff.
No, you have to go double stuff. You're crazy.
No, it's
all right,
too sweet.
Andrew, you're up.
He might be gone right now.
He
Let's
might
go
be
back.
gone. Shane,
He's
what's your
muted.
Shane, what's your favorite Oreo?
Shane's gone too.
Shane's also gone. All right.
Okay.
So the reason I brought it up is double stuffed, regular, probably the best, but my favorite are the heads or tails. So one side is black and one side is golden.
Huh.
Those are phenomenal. And since the other two seem to be gone.
Sorry, I got a phone call I just answered, but now I'm back.
Oh, all right. Yeah, no biggie. Just favorite kind of Oreos.
Would we well, go ahead.
I'm either gonna say, oh god, I like a lot of Oreos. Double stuff is good. The vanilla ones are good. The golden Oreos, but also like basically the mint ones that are thin.
Oh.
The thin mint Oreos.
I have a Thin Mint clone. It's really good.
My sister's a Girl Scout, so I can't endorse that.
But like when they're not in season, it's a good option.
One of the events I did this year for my floor was an Oreo taste testing thing.
Would we still be friends if I said the watermelon flavored one?
No.
I've never tried it.
How do I block him?
We would kick you off this podcast.
We're no longer.
I've never actually
Disrespectful.
tried it. I just thought it would be funny to say.
Oh, yeah, that's acceptable.
Clean this up.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time.